Rich Carty fight, Zanny. You had a bit of a pop at TRT at the end there. Is this kind of a personal thing? You've had this for quite a while. An issue with TRT users in the sport?
Well, no, I see it a lot recently. I just think nothing seems to be done about it. No one wants to come out and speak about it. Obviously, the UFC had done drug testing, and Dana spoke about it really. But we've seen Lance Armstrong and the cycling epidemic and all worldwide sports right now. And I'm at the top level here, and I'm going in against guys. They look like they're on another planet. It's no coincidence. I made an example of to another journalist of looking at Alistair Overeem, and everybody said, "Oh, he didn't take the drugs he lost." Come on, you're telling me he didn't take anything? Everybody knows. People know who the guys are. Someone's just asked me, was I having a go at Vitor? I wasn't having a go at Vitor, but why does he get to take testosterone? I'm training 3 times a day. I'm exhausted to death. I don't get to stick anything in my body. So, everybody goes to work. All of you lot go to work. You wake up. Do you take testosterone to go to work? You don't. So, something needs to be done, and that's why I raised it.
It's on London Cage Fighters. Has your training changed now you're in your 30s? You're going to be 31 this year, aren't you?
Really, my training changed a little bit after I had 3 surgeries. I had 2 elbow operations and a back operation, and I say it's changed, but I'm still crazy. I still train too much. Good friends with Brian Stan, and we both joke at each other that everybody comes in, does 1 session or 2 sessions. We're in there 3-4 times a day.
And how much of your training is actually in the UK now?
I do a little bit here. I'll be here for 2 weeks now. I'll be at Kettle's gym a lot. Work with Jude Samuel in London, but I do predominantly most of my training in the States. Obviously at Jackson's, and recently for this fight I trained a lot with Mark Munoz and the guys out in California. So.
Okay, good stuff. And how are you feeling? How are you feeling after the fight?
Oh, I feel good. It's a strange experience to be in there and then be on the floor and then be there, having knocked someone out and put on a great fight. I think last time I thought I put Fight of the Night on. This time I think I put it on, but there's a lot of fights to go, and I just hope that someone gives me the bonus or something.
Tom, you spoke a lot about TRT there in your post-fight. Do you think that fighters cycling with regular steroids in their training camps is a big problem in the UFC? Would you be in favour of the VADA testing being brought into the UFC, random drug tests any time as opposed to just fight night?
Yeah, and I know everybody talks about how expensive it is, but listen, this is it's an industry that makes a lot of money, and look, as fighters we pay our own medicals, we pay our blood work and our brain scans. Why isn't there maybe a fee that comes out that goes towards a drug test in a year? I do a drug test every day. The only people that say they won't is in my opinion, people who've got something to hide. So.
Todd, you've always been a fan-friendly fighter, and today, that arena, I don't think I've heard it's like at a UFC for many fights, let alone. How important was that crowd? Did you hear them? Did it help at all? Did you hear them?
Yeah, I pumped them up before the fight, and the weigh-in yesterday, Cub Swanson said to me after as well, I think you had the loudest cheer, in your 3rd fight. But like I said, I fought in this arena. That was my 7th fight at Wembley, and I've been fighting a long time in the UK and for these fans. So I think a lot of the fans here have supported me. They've been on the journey and they've seen, where I've been, and I just think it's good to repay them with a good victory. Really, half of my division's probably on something. So whatever, whatever the UFC wanted to do. I didn't choose Brad Tavares. I didn't choose Nedkov. I'm not going to choose my next opponent. So Joe Silva, gets paid very well, and look, he matched up the Nedkov fight, and look what happened. So, I'll leave it in his hands, and I'm the type of fighter that I don't fear anybody, and I'll take a fight, and that's where I learn about myself. So.
It seems like you're overwhelming. You're obviously happy to win, but you said as well that you were mainly happy that it was, you put on a good performance, it was a good fight for the fans, you weren't too bothered about win or loss. Is your overriding feeling out of this more a sense of relief than happiness?
Everybody's going to go on what I'm saying now, but I said this in my last fight. Everybody said, it was a disappointing fight against Tavares and that, and I actually thought it was quite a good fight. I went out there with the idea of pushing the pace and lost the fight with takedowns really, but it's just a hard road. I didn't grow up, I didn't do any fighting until I was 18, 19 years old. And you just keep trying and improving, and really all I do is I set out to get better every fight and work on different things, and as I spoke about earlier, I didn't do any clinch for this fight, but obviously I've done it years ago and it paid off tonight. So right after this fight I'll be back in the gym this week and just working hard until I get another fight. So.